Good evening and God bless. I just wanted to share a quick message with everyone this evening. I was thinking uh, about one of the messages that I'd given earlier today on being made whole um, and being healed uh, of all your diseases by believing on Christ. And I thought a little bit after I gave that message, and it came to me that we have so many physical illnesses. Um, and one of the most detrimental, I believe, to a person and their family is cancer. And the reason is it's a very slow process. You can you can see the life being taken before your very eyes over a matter of time. And I thought that sin and the inequities of the world and the condition of our society is cancerous. They're carcinogens to our spiritual being. And it talks about in Matthew, in chapter 24, it talks about how because iniquities abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And those inequities are like a cancer. Those, the evils, the unethical values of our society today, they act like a cancer to our spiritual being. They eat away at the integrity of our Christianity. And when we don't go back to Christ for that healing, that spiritual healing, we don't focus on Him, that's like our medicine for this cancer. And the longer we stay away from Him, the more it separates us from Him. And I know that it says in Romans how we can't be separated from the love of God. And I know that we can't because His love is always with us, but our focus can be detracted from that, thus allowing sin to take back over and for us to to more easily sin without so much conviction. But there is a cure for the spiritual cancer, which is the inequities that abound in this world, and it's Jesus Christ. And it's just a very close and intimate relationship with Him, a daily focus on Christ. And it's amazing to think that people don't even know that they have this spiritual cancer. Uh, Even some Christians nowadays, they don't realize that they still have this disease, um, and it's ever present. And I know that I'm not a perfect Christian by no measure. I don't believe there is a such thing as a perfect Christian. I don't believe there is a such thing as a perfect example of a Christian. I believe that the perfectness comes from Christ and His being, and to be a Christian is to be Christ-like. So there was only one perfect person, and He wasn't a Christian, He was Christ Himself. But I believe that we have a set of standards that Christ gives each of us, um, and so our ability to follow that and be obedient and to do as He commands us. But we can always go back to Him for that healing, that spiritual healing of that cancer, which is the iniquities that are in the world and that we are faced with as every day as a Christian. And we see it more than other people see it. When we see things, they come across as offensive, but others, they don't see it as offensive anymore because it's socially acceptable. Because we continually lower our standards of ethics and and what should be, and what's you know right to be shown, or to expose to children, or it's a degradation of values and morals and things that were based on the foundation of Christ years ago is now being replaced by self-righteousness, and that is a cancer that can be cured by Christ and Christ alone. And the farther that our nation and our country moves away from Christ, the worse this cancer is going to get. That's where Christians such as ourselves have to step in and not be covert about our Christianity and exercising only in the church. It should be also out in society, not so much as pushing it into people's faces, but exercising being a Christian, not acting like a Christian, not turning it off and turning it on whenever it's convenient for us, but just being what Christ wants us to be and doing as He has commanded us to do. But there is a cure for spiritual cancer, and that is Christ Himself. And a focus on Him will cleanse you of that cancer. That's the thought that I wanted to share. And just know that there's always a way to better yourself in your faith, and that is just by a closer and more intimate relationship with Jesus Christ. God bless, and I pray nothing less than if you're saved, that your relationship with Christ be a strong one, be a close one, be a very intimate one, be a very rewarding and productive relationship with Christ. If you don't know Christ, I pray now that you would listen to some of the words that I say. Know that I'm speaking to you through the Bible, which are the words of our God, and know that there is a rewarding relationship to be had with Christ, not only in blessings in this life, but also in eternity in heaven after which, by believing on the fact that Jesus Christ died on the cross for the sins of the world, for an eternal offering of a sin, so that you might have an opportunity. He paid a debt that you can never pay, but you have to accept the fact that He paid it for you in order to be saved, and then begin a long relationship with Christ that is very intimate and very personal. It's your own. It's not a show. It's not a medallion you wear, but yet it is a very personal, very close relationship with Him. God bless, and I pray that you all have many blessings in your life. God bless. Good night.